visionary man, what he's looking for is not necessarily loot. He's not looking for a roommate, as it were. He's not looking for somebody who's going to have something on it. No, that's not the dynamic. What a visionary man needs, he needs the energy that causes his vision to keep working. I'm going to let y'all sit there for a second. A visionary man, what he needs is the energy that causes and creates his creative juices to keep moving. Like, I'm very specific. I have a very specific belief system, and I don't think that you can just connect with anybody. Just because they have a penis or a vagina don't mean you're supposed to connect with them. That don't get them value. That's not what the crap that means at all. That's not what that means. They have to have something of importance, of worth, and something that's useful. It has to be something that you can use that benefits and pushes where you're going. See, the problem is most dudes that are not visionary, they think that you just have to have the money to make the thing work. That's not what makes it work. You can have a guy who's visionary, he's moving, he's doing his thing, but he can connect with a girl that's a fool, and she'll blow his whole thing up. She'll just mess it up. How many times have you seen professional athletes and people like that have these high caliber or high positions in terms of resources, and they connect themselves to somebody that was a complete idiot? They was a complete fool. And at the end of the day, what happened? They lost all their stuff because they deal with that fool, because the person didn't have value. You can have a person that have a good job. It doesn't mean that they have value. So a high value thinking man, understand what I'm talking about now. We've discussed this before. There's a distinct difference between a man and a male. Any dude with a swinging Johnson is a male. It doesn't make him a man. That's not what the crap that is. A man thinks differently. And then when you start talking about a visionary man, or a man that has vision, a person that has vision can cast that vision. And because they can cast vision, it's easy for someone to follow them in their vision, or to support their vision. Now, y'all following what I'm saying? You can't just think that because it's a male that they automatically have vision. We're talking about a very specific type of man. We're not talking about just every single male. Visionary man. Now, this is what he's going to look for, ladies. I'm going to help y'all on Wednesday night. I'm going to help y'all on today. Now, listen. The visionary man, he's going to look for quality over quantity. Did you catch it? A visionary man is going to look for quality over quantity. He don't necessarily need your money. Now, before I jump out there, I know people going to be saying all kind of foolishness, talking about, well, you got to have somebody. People got to, okay, I get that. But it doesn't need it. It's not a need for it, because what he needs is the energy that a woman brings. I'm telling you what I freaking know. A man that has high value and he's a visionary, he needs to be able to come to a place where his nest is feathered and fluffed, and it's got cotton in it and not glass. No man wants to sleep in a freaking nest or bed that got thorns in it. He's not going to stay there. He's not going to do it. Not when he's a visionary, because as a visionary, he's always thinking about the future. And if you don't line up and what you bring to that proverbial table is not something that he can hang on to when he lays his head down, that money ain't gonna mean nothing. I know a lot of people that make good money, and they are just broke as they can doggone be. Man, they ain't thinking about that crap. They get the money. They had a check. I know people that have the wonderful check. They have a beautiful check, but they go to bed, their legs be cold every night, because them babies is bad as doggone self. Because why? There is something that's not lining up, because money doesn't make you have value. That's a huge mistake. Gentlemen, if you are thinking that, you're making a terrible mistake. You can hook up with a chick that makes money. It don't mean that she's bringing value, and she definitely don't bring quality. She's just bringing quantity, but she's just bringing stuff. Stuff is not what you need, because if you have a woman that doesn't have any loot, now let me say this. I'm going to throw this out there. Gentlemen, you can connect with a woman who doesn't have any money, but she has the thing that you need that's going to turn your machine on. So then you say, well, crap, if she makes $70,000 or if she makes $100,000, but she hasn't no thing to turn my machine on, she's not worth anything to me. That's not valuable to me. Value is determined by certain things. Let me give you guys this. Now, a person's judgment, let me say it this way. Okay, let me give you another one. A person's principles or standards of behavior is indicative of their value system. Did you catch what I just said? They have a particular standard of movement. So they may not have physical money, but their standard in their brain brings a high level of value to what you're doing as a visionary. Now, if you don't get this, man, I don't know what the dog gonna tell you. You're gonna be out there chasing after that bag, and that bag ain't always it. Because guess what that bag usually got in it? A taser. Guess what that bag usually get? It got some holes, a whole bunch of. I'm sorry, yo, that was just funny to me. That was just mad. Y'all had just let me have that. Now listen to me. Listen to this. When it comes down to marriage, when it comes down to connecting with somebody that you're gonna spend your life with, quality is much more important than quantity when it comes down to that. I need quality. Somebody say that. I need quality. You have to have quality people. If you don't have it, you're going to lose, because you'll invest all this high value stuff in a person who doesn't have the mentality of quality. They'll drop and they'll lose everything that you build. You going in and you building, and you put it in their hands for 2 days and they destroy it all. Why? Because they don't have a standard of operation. In other words, they don't have a judgment of what's important to you in your life. If you connect with a woman and she has all this stuff on the table, but she has none of the stuff that you need on your table, what's the value of it? I tell people often when I'm doing production or when I'm called to do records and things like that, I tell people, listen, man, I don't like to always talk about all my other accolades and things that I've done, awards and things that I've won and all that. I don't want to talk about that. They say, well, I just want to know. No, you don't know. No, that's not important, because what I did for them, here's the thing, guys. What I did for them may not work for you. What I brought to that table may not work for this table. So you can't do that. You can't try to comparatively place it like that. I'm gonna give you guys some other pieces that are gonna really, really, really help. Check this out. This is the definition of quality. Let me show you how this works. Quality is the standard of something as measured, watch this, against other things of similar kind. So if I measure what I bring, this standard, if I measure it against what you've done and what that person needed, if I try to compare them, right, what I brought to that table may not work for your table. So I would say, well, no, man, I'm not going to engage that at all, because what you want me to do for you is not something that I have high value in, or that's not a piece for me. Do you follow me? So you can't automatically just assume because what someone did for someone else will work. It doesn't mean that crap going to work for you. That's not how it works. What's their quality for you? What does this woman bring, gentlemen, to you? What does she bring that turns your machine on? That's really powerful. What does she bring that turns your machine on? What makes you tick? Now, the problem is, in our culture today, our women have been sold this idea that all you need is education, all you need is a job, all you need is a career, all you need is money. Now, I'm not saying that these things are not relevant. Now, money is cool. It is. People say the money ain't everything, but money's right up there with oxygen. You got to get a doggone check, Hundy. That check is important. Now, I get it. But it's not the end all be all when it comes down to making a certain kind of connection, because what I'm looking at is people that are not making proper connections. The connections are not working. So you got all of these great women who don't have proper connections. But you're saying, well, why? They going to the conferences. Yup. They going to the seminars. Yup. They're reading the books. Yup. They watching the classes. Yup. They checking up in all the groups. They doing all that stuff. Yup. They doing all these things. They going to all these different courses and doing all the stuff that should make them of higher value. But the problem is they've switch the idea of their feminine energy and how powerful it is in connection with what a visionary man needs. A visionary man just doesn't need that. That's cool that you have that, but it's not the overall concept of what that man needs. What the man needs is the energy that he cannot produce himself. Woo! Good grief, Joe Fuller, that was cold. Okay, what the man needs is the energy that he cannot produce for himself. He can't produce that energy. I don't care how much loot that he has, he cannot produce the energy that has just been universally given to a woman. And Lord help the black woman. Ooh wee. If God made anything better than a black woman, he kept it for himself. I've said this for a million years. Now listen. There is an energy and a power that comes with that feminine dynamic, that cold-blooded girlness. Man, listen, you can take a cold-blooded woman that has all that energy. She will make a man who's just, he just can't quite crack the ceiling on that million. He's almost there. He can't quite get it. And she can talk to him and just have one conversation while he's sitting there eating some ice cream, just looking at her, just being soft, just looking at her being a girl, just her not giving him crap, not coming in talking about, well, I swear I put my thing on the table too. And I did. Oh my God. It can be the softest, sweetest thing. It can be just a conversation. It can be, babe, you know what? Let's just run over here to go get something to eat. Let's just go over to Morton's. We'll just grab some food. Don't worry about it. I got a little something. I'll take care. Oh no, babe, no. Just let me do it, honey. Let me do it. And she paid the valet. Oh, I got it. And that thing, it ain't the money that he needs. He don't need her doggone money. He needs the stuff that his money can't freaking buy. He needs the energy that she produces that his money can't buy. This is what makes her valuable. I'm telling y'all, I talk about Gwen all the time. Gwen is getting Muggs dudes. Because Gwen has understood that she brings a particular level of value that what that visionary man needs. A lot of times we'll see it. We'll see people that have these incredible positions. They're high caliber, high status and all that, right? But here's the deal. They'll have that stuff, but the women that will be with them that keep making them have that other thing, right? Most people will look at those women and be like, I mean, what's so special about her? Like, she don't do all this. I don't see her. She ain't doing this. Gwen got something figured out. Gwen knows there's an energy, or, you know, I'm gonna tag that. The energy of Gwen. Y'all better write that down. Hashtag that crap. Hashtag it. The energy of doggone Gwen. Don't ever worry about it. Gwen releases something in that man that causes that man to become better. See, a high valued and a high quality woman, she will make a man better. She can. She can destroy a man just like a chick can destroy a man. A great chick can make a man better, especially a visionary, because he's already got vision. Now, let me show y'all something. A visionary man is not looking for a roommate. Hear me. A visionary man is not looking for a roommate. A visionary man is looking for a high-value woman that brings high value, not just money, because value is not loot. Are you following me? It's not just loot. A wise woman brings much more to the table than money. She does. She brings a lot more to that doggone table, and she drops it hard. And the stuff that she brings are most things that are intangibles. So think about it like this. Think about it. If you were to attract women, my sisters, if you were to attract a guy that was extremely wealthy, what could you bring him that his money couldn't get for himself? Do you see? Abe says there's a lot of women that think they have this energy, and they don't. They think femininity is a look. Yes, that's exactly correct, Abe. So at the end of the day, here's what you get, friend. Here's what happens. They look the part, but what they are on the inside are like cold, dead man's bones inside. They like a open freaking cave that got bones inside of it. Are y'all hearing what I'm showing you? There's a saying that talks about people that they look wonderful on the outside, but on the inside they jacked up. Their core is bad. Watch this. You've guys heard me talk about your core value system. How do you navigate things at your core? In other words, it goes back to what that value system is. The value system says, I want to know how you judge what's important in life. Do you think only that your job is the only thing that's important? Do you think that your ability to generate money is the only thing that's important? That's important if you're dealing with a loser.